Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rekt Capital and welcome back to today's video. This is going to be a full crypto market analysis on Bitcoin, Ethereum and Cardano. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future and of course sign up to the Rekt Capital newsletter. Let's dive right into the video. So Bitcoin's price action is now undergoing a successful retest of the orange moving average, and this is the Pi cycle top 111-day moving average. It moves quite slowly, but the fact that it's been curling up over the past few weeks is a promising sign, because Bitcoin's price action is trending higher and higher over time, even though we've seen a retrace as of late. In any case, the fact that we're seeing this midterm retest attempt of the Pi cycle top moving average, because after all, this was a resistance back here. We even rejected from this resistance and then made it a support. In the short term, a midterm resistance flip into a new support was always going to be a possibility, and that's what we're seeing right now. In fact, we're seeing consistent higher lows in the downside wicks, which is very promising. But ultimately, this is the previous support region, right? The previous support region that offered rebounds consistently. Now it's figuring as a resistance, and we got that first rejection. But this rejection was only a means to an end in securing that first higher low. And then we got another rejection yesterday and yet another higher low. So it's really promising that we're seeing these consecutive higher lows forming here, which only gives us some more additional arguments for higher low tendency to continue against this resistance area right over here, forming an ascending like triangle. So effectively consolidation in this area. An ascending triangle would enable a breakout above this red resistance area to turn it back into support and then recover towards the upside. And what we should be looking for right then is a daily candle close, but not just a daily candle close like we saw over here. A daily candle close followed by a successful retest of the bottom of this red range would be fantastic. So what I mean by that is something like this, or like this, or like this. Successful retests upon a daily candle close inside that key red resistance. So it is promising on the daily time frame, but we need to see this daily time frame really translate into the weekly picture, because at the moment Bitcoin has lost a major demand zone. This orange demand area has been lost with a weekly candle close just below it. And you can see that this candle is relief rallying into that level, into that area. But because we've seen a breakdown from the support, it's really important that this recovery isn't stifled by this previous demand area, because that could mean that this demand area is flipping into a new resistance. So we really need to see a reclaim of 43,600. And that also ties in with the 21-week EMA. The 21-week EMA is really important for just securing bullside momentum. And it's really important that this EMA is reclaimed as a support, because that's what's necessary for Bitcoin's price action to move higher. Of course, this sort of weekly close, which is quite negligible, you could argue, it is quite negligible because this is a tremendous downside wick which was really bought up aggressively, and a small weekly close below could be cause for concern. But as long as Bitcoin is able to reclaim this EMA support, then that would have been just a fake out. And you can see that 99% of this downside here has been recovered in that weekly candle close. But that weekly candle close didn't manage to perform that reclaim in the weekly candle close that just happened. So as long as Bitcoin's price action remains below this EMA, then it could set up for rejection. And it's interesting how that rejection would play in with those higher lows on the Pi cycle daily time frame. But at the moment, that reclaim is most important here on the weekly, because it is tying in with this 21-week EMA, but also this major demand zone, this major historical demand zone, rebounds from here, which have been quite strong, rebounds from here as well, and here as well. Moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum is really interestingly positioned because we've seen this level of resistance, 2,777, figure as a point of rejection. Here, here, here. And now we've been able to break past this same region rally to new highs we haven't seen in a long time, and then turn this same resistance into one of support. And the fact that this support test has been quite successful now means that we might be in a range 2,777 to 3,400, and we could see some sort of consolidation here. The fact that this is a successful retest of a previous resistance is really positive, but we haven't been able to break to new highs, not at least sustainably so. So we are sandwiched inside this range, which is fine. This could precede some sort of consolidation, but we know which major resistance is the one to beat. That's 3,400. If we're able to beat that next month or in the month after that, then we know what is needed for price to springboard from a support to go to new highs. But at the moment, it does look like we might be setting up for some consolidation until we're able to break past this 3,400 region. And lastly, onto Cardano. This is a coin that I covered in a previous video, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here. Essentially, this is what I'm looking for, a retest of this red area into support so that Cardano can springboard to revisit the highs here that are rejected from a few weeks back on the BTC pair and the USD pair. It really needs to hold this multi-week higher low, because otherwise it would enter this range, and that is quite a wide expanse of price to be revisiting from $1.67 to $2.30. What would be better is for this to be reclaimed as a support so that price can revisit this range, which is also quite wide with very limited resistances throughout. So really important that this is reclaimed as a support, and so far so good. But ultimately, this black level is most important here, because this retest attempt of the old all-time highs has failed theoretically, but has it failed just in the short term? As long as that reclaim happens, then that would have been a fake out. In any case, guys, thank you so much for watching today. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. And of course, like the video if you'd like to see more crypto market analysis like this going forward. I'm Rekt Capital, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Speak to you soon.